humans have a response to music, and most people like music. There are some exceptions. And if you're a musician, it has its own fascinations with how it works.
To introduce him, I guess I would just say that he's a composer, pianist, and special person, my companion.
My name is Mark Pevsner. I am a composer, and I've been a composer of what's called classical music for just about my whole life.
We met through a mutual friend who's a poet, who's a very eccentric character. One day he said, "Would you like to meet a composer who has a PhD in music composition from Harvard who likes Muzak?" And I said, that person sounds interesting. I said, well, he could call me at work. And I was working in a photography gallery. It was part of Polaroid. And so he called me at work. And we had a very nice conversation. And then we had a couple of conversations, and we decided to meet.
We met in a restaurant
For tea, and we just kept talking. And
we liked each other, and we became a couple, and have been a couple for a long time. Jesseca is a wonderful person and a wonderful artist and worth getting to know. She has her own unusual and original aesthetic.
I can take some of these. This may not have enough color. There's this one. This was from Mark's birthday. But, okay, let's see. I'll see if there's enough color. I've always been fascinated by the moon. As a child, I used to watch the full moon rise. And I remember the full moon walking on the beach after dark, which is exciting when you're about 7 or 8. And I think I was with my aunt, and the moon was up, a beautiful silver, like a silver dollar. And the light of the moon was reflected on the water, and it was sort of a pathway. And I had this feeling that if I could just step on it, I could walk and go up to the moon. But the problem was I kept walking, and the pathway was always ahead of me, and I couldn't catch up with it. So it was this kind of magical something that was beautiful and full of light, but I couldn't get to it, but it was right near me, and it was very engaging.
And in the case of Jessica's moon images, I wrote a composition that used a poem by Emily Dickinson called "The Moon Was But a Chin of Gold." Amazing poem. And so that was a collaboration, and Jesseca made artist books that accompanied this. And so that was a case of we were inspiring each other.
I mean, the moon is really amazing. It's always changing, and we can see it. It's nearby. I think that's the last page.
The last one reminds me of firmament.
Firmament, yes, it does. Here's another one. And I think the moon is interesting because it's what's seen and unseen. Sometimes it's there, sometimes you can see it by day, sometimes only at night, sometimes not at all. And the same with the constellations. And this is A Wind That Rose, which is another...
Oh, this is another Emily Dickinson poem, which is part of another work of mine called So Vast a Heart, which is a song cycle of 5 poems. And this is the middle poem. This is the centerpiece of the cycle. Occasionally we have collaborated, and collaborations are always wonderful, and they always lead to unusual places and to to challenges that I wouldn't set for myself.
And we would like to do more. I think we should do more.